Guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristin, and today is some fall DIYs. Obviously, it's probably why you clicked on this video. This first one is going to be a pumpkin patch stand. I used quite a few of these door hangers from Dollar Tree and then some of these wooden stakes that are from Dollar General. I cut them down to 18 inches long, and if you do want to see the full tutorial on this one, I will link it down below. It is kind of long, so I did not want this entire video to be solely based upon this craft. So I did have to sand everything down. I am also using some scrap wood pieces that I had in my garage as well. So when you cut those stakes down to 18 inches, they're only $1 from Dollar General. You're supposed to put them in your garden. These 4 door hangers fit perfectly along the lines of this when you are adding them. So that's kind of why I cut it down to 18 inches, because I wanted these little wood pieces to fit perfectly. I am using a small nail gun, and this is actually perfect if you are a beginner and want to just kind of use your own nail gun. I did have to pound some of these nails down because obviously I didn't have it on the right setting, but there you go. So if you don't get the nails down all the way, you can go ahead and just pound them down with a hammer, or you can just use a hammer and a couple nails. But the nail gun did make everything go just a little bit faster. So right here, these are my scrap pieces of wood that I had, and I'm not sure the measurements. Like I said, I will just link the regular video or the original in the description box below so you can get a full out tutorial, but you can always get a few different wood pieces from Dollar Tree and just kind of line it up while you're at the store so you can really just kind of figure out how big your pieces need to be. It's kind of what I do when I go to Dollar Tree and want to make a larger project. I always just kind of lay everything on the floor just to make sure that what I had in mind is actually going to work. So I did get this pumpkin patch sign from Dollar Tree, and then now I'm just adding some stability to each of these. I added the stakes to the side of the sign, and a ton of wood glue was 100% necessary. I did go back a few times and reconstruct this because I realized that for the first time around, I didn't have anywhere to put the sign and the stakes that kind of hold everything up, and it was fun to make, but it did take a day or so to actually put this together. But this is what it looks like when it is done, and overall, I think this was the cutest thing I made all of last year. I ended up reusing this and redoing it for Christmas time, and I think that I may have to make something similar, maybe a little bit easier, and maybe everything would come from just one store versus a few different ones. But I think this one, hands down, has to be one of my favorite things that probably I've ever made. We're going to do something easy. So these little stop signs, yes, that's what I'm going to call them because it's just what they remind me of every time I look at them. They're from Dollar Tree, and I actually seen them recently, so I know that they still have them. And I decided to go ahead and paint them orange. I am also using this silkscreen transfer that is from Couture. This is from a few years ago, but I just really like this one a lot. So I went ahead and used my bright white chalk paste to put these on my pumpkins. And if you're going to see that I have a lot of stutter, I'm not going to say stutter, but a lot of pausing in this, it's because my cat is literally trying to destroy my chair I'm sitting in. So I keep having to go back and forth with him right now. But yeah, I realized last year you can turn anything and everything into a pumpkin. So that is kind of what I did in a lot of this video. I just took things and turned them into pumpkins, and it's probably what I'm going to do this year too, because you can never have enough pumpkins. So I'm just using these wood stems. These are actually from Dollar Tree a couple years ago, and I overbought, so I think I have enough for the next like 10 years probably. And I'm just using some leaves. These are just from flowers from the Dollar Tree that I just pulled apart, and these are the masterpieces. These are my stop sign pumpkins. This cute little milk can was honestly cute to start with. So if you find signs like this and you really like them, like, you don't really have to tear them apart. And I don't think that people say that enough, but of course I'm going to, because I didn't like the glitter whatsoever. So I started off by painting it black, and then I went ahead and painted it white. And then now I was just dry brushing on here, and I knew like right from the start of this one that I messed up with that line, but I ended up being able to kind of make this look like galvanized, a little bit rustic, distressed. So you're not even going to actually see that line when I am completely finished. And thankfully you don't, because it looked absolutely terrible. This is another silkscreen transfer from Chalk Couture. This is from last year, but right now they have a ton of brand new fall and Christmas. So I will link that link in the description box below for you. But I think this one turned out good. No bow, nothing. And I think it looks great. Next DIY, I'm using 2 crates. I have already stained them along with 2 wooden dowels, and then 2 of these pieces of wood. This came in like a 6-pack. I think they're called wood planks from Dollar Tree. I'm using some miter shears to cut these wooden dowels to size, and I'm just choosing whatever size that I feel like is best. I kind of cut them right down the center, and then I'm using my Cricut so I could cut out like Fresh Farm Apples sign, and I also want to do a pumpkin sign as well. So I kind of made 2 of these 2 different ways, so your options are really endless when it comes to whatever you choose to put inside these crates. But I wanted to make these little stands. I think these are some of my favorite things to make, is these little farm stands. I just think they are just the cutest things, and they're just like mini size, so I think it just makes it just a little bit better. So Farm Fresh pumpkins for that one, and then the apples for the other. And then I am just gluing the wooden dowels to the inside of the crates, and then I am going to be gluing the little wooden planks that say Farm Fresh Apples and Pumpkins to the other side of the wooden dowels. And then you can just add whatever you choose into these crates. I'm going to go ahead and add some raffia, and then I'm adding some faux apples, which came from Amazon, and pumpkins, which are all from Dollar Tree. This next one, I'm just painting 4 of these wooden pumpkins, and these ones actually came from Hobby Lobby, and I prefer the ones from Hobby Lobby. 1, you get more, and 2, they don't have the holes for those ornaments that are normally from Dollar Tree, and I think they're actually like $1.99, so they're pretty inexpensive. You get more, and there's no holes to cover up. I just used my Cricut to cut out the letters for fall, and then I'm just adding them to each of the pumpkins. Once that was done, I just found this really cute sign from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gluing them right to the center, and that is it for this one. Here we go on to more of these stop sign pumpkins. I'm painting these ones white, and then I'm going to go ahead and use some napkins. These are both from Dollar General. They were from last year, but sometimes Dollar Tree and Dollar General come out with the same things every single year, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen these this year as well. But I really liked this print because it is going to cover the entire stop sign pumpkin. And then we're going to go ahead and use this one, and this napkin did not cover it all of the way, and that's kind of why I painted them white, so you wouldn't even be able to tell. I'm just using a glue stick to add the napkins on. I think it is the best way over Mod Podge any day of the week. It's less mess, you don't have bumps, you can smooth it all out, and it works perfect. I'm using some sandpaper and just kind of sanding it away from the project, so I'm able to have just like that perfect crisp looking napkin on there, and you can't even tell, you can't even see the seams. It looks great. adding some of these leaves. I kind of did the exact same thing I did with the first little stop sign pumpkins. And then I just wanted to add some of these like little berries around the top as well. And those were from Dollar Tree, and I think I picked them up during the 4th of July, but I know that they always seem to have them anytime during like the fall, Christmas time, and red berries just seem to always work. Some tag signs. These were the smaller ornaments. These were from Dollar General. Couple coats of paint, and we're going to be using some napkins for these. I love using napkins for projects, so let me know in the comments below if you guys also use napkins when you are creating your decor. I just really loved these ones, and I got a ton of different napkins from the Shipshewana flea market. Dollar General is usually where I get them from, so I'm not sure exactly where all of these came from, but I would assume it is from one or the other. And then my Dollar Tree napkins always come out so much later than what they, like, I'm already done crafting when they come out. So I don't normally buy them from there, or I will pick them up for the following year. But I thought these turned out so cute for some really cute like tier tray decor or just table decor. But overall, these are cute. Add some twine. You can add whatever you choose, but I just really liked them as is. Using some more crates. Of course, I just love using crates. And the best part is, if you don't have the faux books, I find a ton at thrift stores and like Goodwill. So I usually buy them any chance that I get. But I love making faux books out of crates. I'm just adding a napkin to the top of this one, and I did add some rub-on transfers previously, but like Love Peace Joy just did not work for fall decor, so I did have to end up changing that, sanding it down, repainting it. And of course you have to add some twine. This little wooden sticker I think came from Hobby Lobby years ago, and I just still have quite a few laying around. I don't use them very often, so I don't really have to buy them. And then I just went ahead and used my Cricut. I was trying to like not have to use my Cricut to make just a couple words, but that's what I end up having to do. So we're going to have some hay rides, corn maze. You can do pumpkin picking, apples, pumpkins. I mean, you can do whatever you choose, but corn maze, hay rides, and what else did I use? And pumpkins, of course. But yeah, you could add whatever you choose to this. You can add stickers. I mean, if you don't have a Cricut, but honestly, if you don't have a Cricut and you ever find a Cricut Joy on sale, I would pick that bad boy up, because I think that you would use a smaller Cricut more than you think that you would. And it's definitely worth the money, 100%. Like, hands down, I would be lost without having a Cricut. This is going to be like a 1-minute craft. I'm using this house from Dollar Tree, and I love that it has that faux shiplap feel to it, because anything that you add to it, you're kind of going to see the lines between. I'm using another napkin, and I will link the video with all the napkins. I think I told you where every single one came from, but I want to say this one did come from that flea market. They have like a little napkin area, and they always sell like the coolest napkins. This year I did not go to the napkin store because I have a million, which I'll probably just reuse, but I just used some Elmer's glue sticks, and a napkin, and there you go. You have a project that took 1 minute to create. This little wooden crate, or this wooden palette, is from Dollar Tree. I'm just using, of course, Elmer's glue stick, and this really cute napkin. I want to say this one was definitely from that flea market, but you can always find a ton. Like, they have a ton of cute ones from Amazon, Hobby Lobby. It just depends on how much money you actually want to spend on napkins. Using one of those wood stems, and I'm just using a bow. This is from Hobby Lobby quite a few years ago, but they sell them every year, and I think you get like a 10 or 12 pack for under $2, so it's pretty inexpensive. And then this tag, I think it's leather, like a leather tag. This came from Dollar Tree, and I'm just adding it for this just to make it a little bit of something. You know, it kind of looked plain. You could definitely just take this off, but I think this one overall looks super cute. And like I said, you can turn anything into a pumpkin. Dollar Tree monogram pumpkin. I just grabbed this G because there was like hundreds of them, so obviously people do not buy the G, and I'm going to be painting over it anyway, so it really didn't matter what letter that I picked up. So a couple coats of this Waverly chalk paint. This is, I think, just a color orange. I think they only have one. I love silkscreen transfers from Chalk Tour. I will use them any chance that I get. And you don't have to use the whole transfer if it doesn't fit. You can just use like words or your choice of whatever part you want. You don't have to use the entire thing. So really the possibilities are endless when it comes to using these. And I just decided to add it to the center, and I think this looks so cute. I didn't do a ton to it. I kind of just added the bow and the leaf back to it, and that is it. A Dollar Tree sign for this, and this hat and these flowers actually came from a yard sale, but I want to say that those actually came from Hobby Lobby, but I picked them up at a yard sale for like 50 cents, so super cheap, and this is going to be the cutest DIY. So I'm just gluing this little straw hat right to the sign, and then I'm just adding some of these little, I want to say these are mums, I want to say I'm adding some of these to the hat, and I kind of thought that maybe I should have added like some twine and like made a bow or something around the hat, which I probably should have, but I didn't. And hello fall with my Cricut, and then that is it. This was probably one of the easiest crafts that I've done, and I think it is super cute. It's such a statement for fall. Like, did I say that? Is that cool to say? I'm not really sure what's cool to say anymore. I'm using these pumpkins. These look like little palettes, which I think are so cute, and these were also from Dollar Tree, and I'm just sanding off the words. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier if you're going to go ahead and paint over these. So this is completely optional, but I do think that it makes for an easier paint job. I just think it works better. I'm painting one of these white, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint another one orange, and I think these are the coolest things. I kind of hope they have these again this year, because there's just so many different things you could do with them. And the more I look at them, the more I'm like, I need more of these. Like, I really hope that I can find these this year, because I have like the cutest idea for these. So once that was done painting, I wanted to go ahead and add some rub-on transfers to these. Now, I love using rub-on transfers. I pick them up from Amazon mostly. And then sometimes you can find them at Dollar Tree, which they're kind of few and far between. So Amazon is my pick, plus you get larger ones for a pretty good deal. So I wanted to use these mushrooms and this Give Thanks, and then I'm just going to go ahead and rub those on the first pumpkin, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do a really simple one for the next one. And I just added on the bow and like right back to it. So it's just whatever came with it. I think that some of these are actually really cute, so I just choose not to throw them away and just reuse them. This one just says fall y'all, which I'm just adding it to the corner and then adding that bow back on, and I think these are super cute. Of this little faux cutting board that was also from Dollar Tree, but I did want to sand this down. Now this can be kind of messy because you are just kind of sanding off this really like gross paper, but like I said, I think it is worth it when you don't have to do 55 coats of paint and you kind of have like a clean slate. So this is not the prettiest looking thing, but once you paint it and add things to it, it looks so much better. So just a coat or maybe 2 coats of this chalk paint, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some rub-on transfers. Now these rub-on transfers I've honestly had for the last like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 years. I have not seen Dollar Tree carry any of their fall rub-on transfers in a year or so. So I'm actually pretty glad that I still had some of these laying around. And I think now I really don't have any, but I may have to find some on Amazon. But I kind of just pieced them together because I only had one full sheet and the rest were just left over from previous ones. And then yes, I got the rub-on transfer on the side somewhere where I did not want. And then these were actually from a garage sale as well, but they are originally from Hobby Lobby. I love finding that yard sale that people craft and they buy too much and then just get rid of it. Like, that is the kind of yard sale I like going to, but it's also the kind of yard sale that I actually have. But anyways, that is it for this one. I think this one turned out adorable, and I just added a bow and one of those mums, and I think it's just the cutest thing. This pumpkin actually came from Hobby Lobby, and I want to say it was under $2. They have some really great deals, and I think people always pass on it because they think it's expensive. It really is not expensive when the things are on sale. I use the Minwax in the color Classic Gray, and I'm using one of the Dollar Tree calendars. This was my favorite, and I picked up a few of them, and I just really thought this cow would look so cute on this pumpkin. I am just adding some leaves. I'm not sure where these are from, probably Dollar Tree, and then I just did not like that flower, so I did end up having to pull that off and then just add a little burlap flower. This one was super cute. This was actually from Amazon. It came in a giant pack, but I think this turned out so good. I'm so glad I got rid of that flower. This just kind of looks like it's farmhouse for sure. Like the cow is the cutest thing. This next one, I picked up this wood round. This was from the Dollar Tree Plus section, and I don't even think like the Dollar Tree Plus section is a thing now, since they just kind of moved everything into the whole store. So like I don't even have aisles for the Dollar Tree Plus anymore. You just really have to look around and figure out the prices of everything. So I always use the classic gray paint or stain, or I use dark walnut. So I think this one is actually the dark walnut. I'm just using a Chalkateur transfer, and this one says Hello Pumpkin, and I'm just adding it with some white chalk paste. And it says Hey Pumpkin. It does not say Hello Pumpkin. I just really think that this is like such a statement using. So I use Chalkateur every chance that I get. It just has such like a great finish, and it just looks super high end. And then I'm just adding some flowers to the top of this and making a cute door sign. These flowers are obviously from Dollar Tree, and I just think that this is cute. It didn't take long. I love staining, so any chance that I get to actually stain and not use like my faux paint and water stain, I will, because one, it's like super quick. It does take a little while to dry, but I just think stain looks so pretty when it's against wood versus just painting everything white, which, don't get me wrong, I love painting things white, but I mean, look how good this stain looks. And that is it. I just added a ton of flowers, some greenery. This looks adorable. These from Hobby Lobby, these ended up being like 79 cents. I think they were so inexpensive because they were, I want to say, they're 50 or 60% off the regular price, which, I mean, like I said, you can find some really great things there. I'm painting this one orange, and like you can paint these, you can stain these. I thought about staining it, which I probably should, and then using some of that leftover rub-on transfer from Dollar Tree, and that is all I did for this. It was such a simple piece to make, but it looks so cute. You guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know how many times I said cute and adorable, but I'm sure I said it more than 5 times. But if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. I am so excited to start creating some new fall DIYs. If you're new, I would love you to stick around and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!